is, I've only read this poem a couple of times in public. This is a poem that I wrote as a protest against the poems that are published in the New Yorker. And I pretty much figured out that now I will never be published in the New Yorker. But, so this is called Natural Uprising, or a revision of a poem I have read far too many times. I'm going to work in the holy name of Cézanne somewhere in here. But first, let's say I take a walk with my spade to save territory, dig to distraction in spongy loam. I see petals spread in a chorus round a lazy eye. I reach an epiphany, the importance of memory. Recollection of a lover lying on a bed sheet, his sparrow-bone hand gesturing vaguely toward me. Pure light filtering through the glass of wine, so white, so clean on the bedside table. Then I'll find a reason to conjure up Cézanne again, as my excuse to mention the poems he painted on canvas. Before I start meditating on an apple's green buttock, I hope there is time for a second walk to another field that breaks me down for prayer, for work, the precarious undoing of my birth. Boss man calling me out of my name, hoe over my shoulder to attack the hard crust, some cotton, some peaches, weighty heat in this harvest. I remember my baby when we parted this morning. We loved, we cried, oh, never enough. We squeezed the scuppernong into spirit, drank it down gladly. Brother Bearden had a relief for this type of life. A collage of agrarian truths. In this picture, see the woman carved into the foreground of sweat, and there, over there, way in the corner, now that's a rooster throwing up a revolution. Aretha at Fame Studios. I could speak on a hotter than fire riot time and a woman tying up her Detroit promises in a rag. The prodigal child arriving in Muscle Shoals, Alabama, hopefully to sing freedom, if only for one day. The migration head swallowing its tail in the year of my birth. I'm telling the truth when I say she'll meet Dr. King soon. He'll kiss her on the cheek, tell her damn straight she should demand what's due her. And then you could eat a tune served up more than a few times, right pot liquor settled around the old meat of the matter. And then I could forget the deal. She's here for business, not to march and see those white musicians in the studio with her, not a brother's guitar anywhere in sight. Young boys, playing so good, like they've been chased through the swamps for decades, like they know some talk going on underneath a sister's clothes. And they got the nerve to have their eyes wide open. She lifts her voice, starts telling tales out of school. You're no good, heartbreaker. You're a liar and you're a cheat. And is there any doubt about the color of the man she conjures? I could discuss her signature key now, but I'm afraid she has raised him from the dust. He's standing on the other side of glass, and that next note might cause him to break fool in front of these white folks. You're no good, heartbreaker. Somebody stop that man. Somebody stop that man. Somebody stop that sister from hollering the naming his sins out loud blues. Somebody close these white folks' eyes. Somebody lie to her and keep her from crying. Somebody tell her a little bit of sweetness is coming her way.